What's up, everybody? I'm back with another video of me tattooing myself because I didn't learn my lesson the first time. I'm kind of doing this like experiment. See what it's like tattooing my arms because every spot is different. So I found another spot that I thought that I might be able to execute decently or well enough compared to what I have. Because if you haven't seen my first tattooing myself video, go check that out because I explain it more in depth why this is stupid and why you shouldn't do this. There's my little plastic Walmart tray because I still haven't gotten myself a proper table yet, but I have an end table that's wrapped. Plastic tray that's wrapped. Already got all my stuff set up. Attempted to do some duct taping and folding my glove over because I still want to keep the gross stuff off my hand and still be able to use it for something. So keeping it a little folded over so I can still get to the area I want to tattoo today. Duct tape did not work well this time, especially around the wrist area, which was kind of like the prime area of needing a stretch. I'm seeing where I want to start, and I usually try to just like hydrate my skin beforehand, but then I will kind of get it a little extra hydrated right before I start. And I'm just going in with 3 colors today. I'm doing some purple, orange, and red. I have this American traditional eagle Triforce design that I did. It had an old coworker line out about, Jesus, like 4 or 5 years ago, and it never got filled in. Just trying to see where I can get a stretch exactly, and that duct tape is already falling off. Not the best situation, but what I'm doing here is I'm actually pulling the skin over my wrist bone, and it's okay. It's kind of working. I'm like, oh, cool. This was actually the easiest part to pack, and I am using like a 9 going with a traditional liner this time, and it was pretty easy, and I had already finished it at that point. This was only maybe 45 minutes of tattooing, but I quickly figured out it's really hard to get your hand in position without a decent stretch right in that area. So I'm trying to bend it out as much as possible, and I could feel the skin pulling back towards my tattooing hand while I was doing it, and I realized that I am not going to be able to get this packed. I might be able to fade it and tone it out so it doesn't look so crappy, but I had already packed the other side, so unfortunately they're different. That skin right under the wrist and the inside of your arm is very hard to do. I get it as good as I can get it, as closely matched as possible. I do a little happy dance. This is how I clean off an area. Whether I'm switching colors or I just want to get it nice and clean without a halo, is I just kind of pat it in the heaviest area and really scrub it in. Now, I do not leave a ton of green soap or anything on. I actually dry wipe it out while I'm doing this because I do not like a gooey, slippery surface to work on. And like, some people don't like a dry wipe. Some people find it very uncomfortable. But the nice thing about tattooing yourself is you're too focused on other shit. So I was alright. I think I'm going in with the orange. And I did not rinse out the red because I figured, we'll just gradient it out. Now I am just attempting packing, which is impossible without a hand. The biggest feathers left, and I did not leave any negative space in that. Don't know why I didn't do that, because I could not pack it on the other side. I just forgot, I guess. I got too in the zone, which if you know, you know. It's not bad. I'm not super mad at it. It actually turned out better than the last one I did, but this wrist area is the devil, and it could have gone better. It's like, how do I explain this? Picture this, okay? You take a flat, like a regular piece of paper. Just take a piece of paper and put it between 2 tables, okay? You have a gap between the 2 tables. So you want the middle of the sheet of paper without any support under it, okay? Can you imagine that? So what you would do in a stretch situation is you would hold the paper tight on one table and hold it tight on the other so that it is taut. That's good word. What I can do with one hand is stretch it out on one side. You cannot stretch it from the other, so it will still loosen. So when you get in between tendons, for example, the tendons are like the tables, and whether you pull it over a tendon or not, you're still going to have that leeway from the other side because you're not using your other hand. That's how tight you want it. You don't want it to dip down as you're tattooing it, because I have these little spots in this tattoo that are not as packed in 2 centimeters or a centimeter away from it, because I could not get that stretch. Even over the wrist bone and very tight areas, you still need 2 hands. It's not my best tattoo. I mean, I know this going in. It's not going to be like the greatest thing ever. But does it look better than it did? Meh. I guess so. I mean, from a distance, yes, this isn't like professional tattooing at all. So what I'm doing now is I am going through with the purple because I want this red to pop. I have olive skin. Warm tones don't really stand out for very long on my skin. I tan very, very easily, so I want to keep this as like bright as possible. And I went in very heavy with that purple. I just did lots of little whip shading, which is not easy to do when you can only come from one direction on it, and you don't really have a lot of opportunity to move the canvas around and get different stretches on it. So there are some like whipping movements that go inwards and you want them to go outwards, so it wasn't ideal. And I'm kind of just building on this as delicately as possible because at this point I'm not really concerned whether it's heavily packed, but I want it to be consistent looking. I want it to look smooth. Keeping it clean so I can see how well that fading is going. It's not the worst. Not the best fading I've done. And like I've said in my last video, color is not my strong suit, but I love the purple. It was so much fun to do. At some point, I start to blend it into my hand tattoo a little bit just because there is some scar tissue and damage in there, and I want to kind of blend it into my next piece even though there is some black inside that purple. Also, something I did differently this time is I just put my hair up in a bun. Am I getting old? What is up with my hair? Like braids or something in there. But I got really tired of moving my hair out of my face last time. Why am I doing hand dances? I don't know what's happening. I think I'm okay with it. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay. Duct tape, absolutely useless. But I got the rest of the pieces were there and they did their job. So got some goo on it. Yeah, okay. So you can see this is orange. There's a fade right here. This is toned orange and this is negative. And I have something similar on my other tattoo, on my other wrist. I have a spider that has full detailing and then barely any detailing because this is actually a danger zone. If you can see that little wrinkle right there, this from here down is actually very hard to hold anything in it because that skin is so thin and it also wears very easily, kind of like this skin here. So that does not hold ink well. So the idea of trying to pack it in, I was like, nah, not gonna happen. I think it's not the worst. This is obviously flipped around, but it says Hyrule, and that lining is so aged out that it's actually starting to blend in here. The camera quality kind of sucks, but there is actually still some spacing in here. And on another session, when I do another banner I have on my arm, I will fill this in, but I figured, I'll let my skin breathe a little bit so that the healing time is very, very short. So I do have like some toning, some fades in here. And I did a similar deal with my last tattoo that I did, and it's already done peeling. There's like some residual flakes, like tiny, tiny bits of it. But I waited for that to be completely sealed up and no swelling, no need for lotion, anything like that. And I was good to start on this one because my body's not putting as much attention into that other tattoo now. So if you're really interested in a close-up on this hand tattoo, You can see how I have my work cut out for me because there's a heart underneath this that got an infection, fell out, and has massive scarring in it. There's the lining right there, and it borders right on where that ink falls out. So that was like the first chunk to completely come out. And this was like a first session deal. So I have some purple, red, orange in here that is just holding on for dear life because the skin is so damaged already. I think I will go in and try to get that red more vibrant so that the purple isn't so just heavy. It's all progress, and it was fun. Upcoming video that I will be recording this weekend is a tattoo I'm giving my husband of a black and gray portrait style. Definitely my bread and butter, something I really enjoy to do. Like I said, color is not my strong suit. It's not my favorite thing to do, but this weekend I am super excited to start on my husband's sleeve. Really happy to get that started on him. Got some new supplies coming in this week. That's it. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for being here. I'll see you guys later. Bye.